Oh boy, here we go. So I just watched Thor: Dark World. Now, a lot of people say this is the worst movie in the MCU. I find that a little hard to believe because there's a lot of movies left, and this wasn't absolutely atrocious, but it definitely wasn't good. Also, it's already not the worst in my opinion because I like this more than the first Captain America movie, but it's still not great. First of all, the music choices in this movie are horrendous, and I'm sure that making these movies is insanely difficult and that it's not as simple as just like picking a good song and then throwing it in and saying like, oh, look, it works. For example, in this movie, I thought the music was really cheesy and corny and it ruined any of the momentum or buildup or tension that it had going for it. But at the same time, I don't think I probably could have done it any better than the people who actually are professionals and do this for a living. So maybe the music wasn't that bad. I don't know. Anytime movies try to have like mysterious or quirky music, it has the opposite effect that I think it's supposed to have. I don't know. To me, it seems like they want you to feel like Sherlock Holmes vibes sometimes. I'm not saying in this movie specifically, just like any movie when they use the stereotypical mysterious music, I feel like they want you to think you're wearing spectacles and smoking a pipe and like, I don't know, you're just a smart detective. But to me, it makes it feel like a YouTube tutorial, a shitty YouTube tutorial, you know? I thought Darcy was an annoying, distracting character that they threw in there for comedic effect, I guess, but I didn't laugh and I just found her really annoying. And I actually wanted to touch on something I mentioned a few videos ago. I said that if a movie has a thrilling and captivating intro, there's a really good chance that the movie as a whole is good. And this kind of backed it up because the start of this movie was just exposition and it was really boring. It did not get me emotionally invested in anything. And I feel like since it's a sequel and the viewers, well, most of the viewers anyway, already understand and probably like Thor, they know who he is at this point. Why don't you make the intro to the movie some sort of challenge or adversity or unique situation that Thor is placed in, rather than just force-feeding exposition down our throats right off the bat. I mean, Thor is great once again. I think Chris Hemsworth absolutely kills it as Thor, and I don't really have any criticism in terms of his performance. I thought the ceremony and funeral when Thor's mom died and they kind of like sent her off was absolutely beautiful. And it kind of makes me wish that Earth was a little cooler, because imagine if we could just do awesome funerals like that. All we do is just shove people in a box and then put them in the ground, or we burn people into nothingness and then put them in the ground. Both of which don't seem that epic. What if? Hear me out. All right, guys, keep an open mind here. For funerals, we just started tying the people's bodies to hot air balloons and then somehow create a system to where each person gets their own hot air balloon that's just floating in the sky. And then pretty soon there's tens of thousands of hot air balloons that ruin the air traffic control center and they probably kill birds and then planes run into them and everything gets ruined. But at the very least, it would look cool for a little bit. Once again, like I said in the first movie, I really loved the relationship between Thor and Jane Foster. So after finished watching this movie, I like to just kind of research a little bit about it, see what other people thought of it after I give my opinion. And I read this one review on Roger Ebert's site. It's not actually by Roger Ebert, it's by a guy named Simon Abrams. I don't even know if he's a popular film critic, but he said something that I thought was really funny. He said Hemsworth and Hiddleston have such good chemistry that it sometimes looks like Thor and Loki will kiss before Thor and Jane will. And honestly, I couldn't have said it better myself. Like, that perfectly encapsulates the feeling I got when I watch. It's like, they do have such amazing chemistry. They really feel like brothers, and I don't know, I am kind of starting to like Loki. Not like him in the sense of like I'm rooting for him, but I just think he's a really interesting character. And also apparently a lot of people think he's super hot, which like I just saw on TikTok the other day, a bunch of people, not like Loki, but Tom Hiddleston. Overall, this movie was really forgettable. I'm definitely not going to watch it again. I think most of you guys probably haven't watched it since it came out. I gave it a 5.5 on TikTok. I'm going to stick with that. That's all I got to say. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of Thor: The Dark World. I'm genuinely curious if there's any of you out there that really like this movie, because with the popular movies in the MCU, everybody basically says the same thing. Obviously, there's some people that think Infinity War is better than Endgame or whatever, but generally speaking, if the movie's good, most people agree. But I would love to hear from the people who really enjoyed Thor: Dark World, if there are any of you out there, because I feel like that is a more interesting perspective to hear, because, you know, not many people feel that way. So let me know. Anyways, guys, if you enjoy my content, be sure to check out my podcast called Peak to Middle School. There's full video versions every single Monday and Thursday. It's all linked down below. It's honestly my favorite piece of content that I make, so you guys should all go check it out and help me out. All right, I'm gonna go watch Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and hopefully I actually enjoy this one.